Hey everybody, welcome. This is Bludgeon with another game of Dune Imperium. And today I thought I would play a game of classic Dune Imperium with no Rise of Ix. I've been having a lot of fun playing ranked Rise of Ix for the last couple of months, but from the beginning I said I don't want to abandon the original base game because I still think it's one of the best games ever made, and I don't want to just leave it in the dust. I think it's still very much worth playing, and so that's what we're going to do today. And going forward, I'll try to mix in a little bit more original Dune and not only put out Rise of Ix videos. But don't worry, there will still be plenty of ranked Rise of Ix coming your way. If that's what you're into, you're going to get more of that too. All right, so I'm going to be player one here, and we'll just see who's left when the time comes. I kind of feel like playing Paul, to be honest. I haven't played Paul in a long time. Didn't look at the Imperium row, but that's fine. We're going to go with Paul Atreides. Okay, here we go. I'm excited about this. I haven't played a lot of classic Dune recently. I've actually played a game just against the AI kind of by accident. Okay, let's see. Interesting hand, diplomacy and seek allies here. Okay, top card of my deck is a Dune. That doesn't really do much for me. If I actually send the dagger up here and then use the seek allies, I can potentially get that Reverend Mother. So I'm going to try to do that. I like the early Reverend Mother Mahayam for Paul Atreides. I think that's very cool. We'll get going, bring out the Gom Jabbar right off the top, just like in the story. So we're fighting for influence and spice here. Early fold space from Memnon. It's interesting to see what habits people carry over. You know, the early fold space is a very common move in Rise of Ix. It's not that common without it, because without the shipping track, you know, the guild influence is nowhere near as valuable. It's still valuable. It's still worth victory points, and fold space is still a nice card to get, but it's not the same. Okay, now I could go Hardy Warriors, go for the victory here, and then get the double Freeman influence and unlock Siege Tabor immediately. It's kind of interesting. Thing is, Beast could still beat me, even if I do that. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and get some secrets here. Ooh, plans within plans. Okay, that's good to know. That is good to know about. I like getting those kind of intrigue cards early, so you know what you need to work towards. Sometimes they're funny at the end as well, but get them early, and you can angle your plans towards making sure to get the points out of them. By the way, thank you to Bubby for subscribing to the channel just now. This is not being streamed. I'm recording this on my own. So, Bubby, if you're watching this video, this is what was happening the moment you clicked that subscribe button. I was in this game. Mentat for Helena. Okay. I've seen this Wealth Mentat play a little bit more often recently. I think the point of it, look at this. Reverend Mother, come on, baby. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay, that's really fun. So I'd love to get some more Bene Gesserit cards, obviously, to go with her, but she's good, you know, she's good on her own. So the plans within plans obviously encourages me to get faction influence, which is something you kind of want to do anyway, but you know, you need a lot. You need 3 or more on 3 tracks to get 1 point, and 3 or more on 4 tracks to get 2. Obviously, faction access is a big deal. That shifting allegiance is going to Memnon. We got to try to remember that. So this power play is gone. Helena, well, not necessarily, but yeah. I think power play is pound for pound the strongest card in the base game. In terms of what you get for its cost, I think it's probably the best. Okay, so they ended up going, they ended up tying both of them, 2 troops for 2 spice each. All right. Okay, now I don't have a top card of my deck, so I don't know. With my prescience ability, I can't see. It's a split in the timeline. Sometimes the timelines are clear, sometimes they're a bit hazy. Now is one of those times. But the Signet Ring is a draw, which is great. Now, I've got to try to get working on my Sword Master. So I've got to try to get some Solari. So probably, yeah, Memnon selling Melange. So he's all set up for a round 2 Sword Master. Yeah, I might just end up going to secure contract, and then maybe I try to get into this conflict. Beast going for the victory here, but 2nd place would be great. Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see about that. I think I can hold the Signet Ring. I mean, it'll draw me a card, which maybe I want to see what that card is right now. I guess that's fine, because I still have flexibility between all these 3 cards to go wherever I want after that. So let's just start with the Signet Ring. We'll pick up 3 Solari. See what we get. And it's another dagger. Could help. Could help get 2nd place here. Diplomacy sitting on top. So that means we don't want to go to Arakeen ideally. Carthag might not make it around though. So yeah, might end up having to go to Haga Basin. Yeah, Carthag gone to Beast. Okay. So yeah, I do have the Arakeen option, and then I could put in 3 troops. 2 is probably good enough, though. I've got 2 daggers in hand. Helena's already used a dagger. So I guess I could do the Haga Basin just to avoid drawing the diplomacy, which I think is what I'm going to do. Arakeen potentially would let me tie with Beast, but you know, Again, I don't want to waste the diplomacy, right? Every influence matters, which is a general rule, but especially when I have the plans within plans. And if I were to draw it now, I wouldn't be able to play it. So don't want to mess that up. Nice that I have the 2 spice actually also. It's not a bad thing because that is going to open up selective breeding for me, which is good. Concentrate my deck a little bit, you know, increase the chances of drawing the Reverend Mother. And if I can pick up some of these Bene Gesserit cards, that'll be good. Only 2 persuasion here. So I will take the Missionara Protectiva and the Assassination Mission. Because the Assassination Mission, you know, that's something I can trash by going to selective breeding. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be reshuffling here, so it won't be sitting in my discard pile. But I do want to get some Bene Gesserit cards into the deck. Normally, the Liaison would be the pick for me. And it's tempting because this Chom Directorship, like, that would be incredible for me. Ooh. So this is like a fork in the road kind of moment. But I'm going to try to get some more Bene Gesserit stuff going on. So I'm going to take these. And, you know, I may regret that. When I watch someone else pick this directorship up, I probably will regret it. Okay, so I would have lost to Beast anyway. Why is he playing an ambush right now? What? That seems like a mistake. He was winning the combat anyway, not overloaded on intrigue cards. That's a strange one. Okay, so we get 4 Solari. We're just a little bit short of Swordmaster still. But look at the spice piling up on the Great Flat. We can potentially get it. Oh, I don't have a green access card. Oh, no. Okay. That hurts. I mean, I can selective breeding. It's still not necessarily going to get me one, though. And I don't actually have a good card to trash with a selective breeding right now. So that's not great. So I've got to decide if I want to get the influence out of the Missionara Protectiva or, you know, just play a Diplomacy and a Reverend Mother. I can play these two. I could combo it such that I make everybody discard 2 cards. Maybe I will. There's also this to think about. I have a bunch of persuasion, actually. Maybe I don't actually want to lose this opportunity. So I think maybe I go Arakeen. Unfortunately, it only draws me a Dune, and then I'm going to have to reveal. And do I want to deploy here? I'm going to throw in 1 for now. Maybe I get a spice. Maybe somehow I end up with 2nd place with that. But in my next play, it's an early reveal for the directorship. I can't pass it up. I really can't. You know, I just happen to have this load of persuasion all concentrated right now. That might not happen again. And I don't want to see somebody else pick this up. And I really do. I really do. It would have been a more difficult decision to make if I would have had the means to pick up Swordmaster. But since I don't, it feels pretty good to do it. Hopefully nobody else decides to early reveal and take it. It could happen. Memnon has a High Council seat. I wonder if he's thinking about it. That'll really hurt my feelings if he does. While we're waiting for Memnon's decision here, let me just give a quick shout out to Why Not 1945. Why Not? Thank you very much for being a member of the channel. Why Not is the newest member of the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that support. Also, a shout out to Margaret Kennard for 6 months of being a member. You get the awesome pink little spice badge there. Very sweet. Thank you, Margaret Kennard, for being a longtime supporter. Also, a shout out to Fable031 for the Prime sub on Twitch. And a couple other people I didn't have time to make a graphic for just yet, but a shout out to Steron for the Prime sub on Twitch. I appreciate that a lot. And also to Elida for the Tier 1 sub on Twitch. Thanks everybody so much for your support. It really means a lot and it helps. So let me get that off the screen and let's make our move here. The good news is we get 2 spice out of that reveal. So Chome directorship, yes. Yeah. Oh, that's got to be like my favorite thing in the game is to get that card. 4 influence. Incredible. So obviously that's going to help activate the plans within plans. But, you know, it also might help get us an alliance somewhere that we otherwise couldn't have gotten by increasing our influence and keeping it away from somebody else. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so next round, it's a little bit unfortunate that I don't have any faction access coming up next round. I can't go to wealth. I can't get to the selective breeding, which I would love to do. So either I go to secure contract to get my Solari for a Swordmaster, or potentially sell Milan so that I can get enough for Swordmaster and High Council seat. I would have to, I guess if I just sell 2 spice, that would do it. That would give me just enough for both of those things, and it would leave me 2 spice for a selective breeding. So I think that's probably the play if I get the chance. So if you're used to watching Rise of Ix, then you might be wondering, what is all this spice even for? There are no techs to buy. Well, you know, before there were techs, spice was still very good, and it was good for Cell Melange. It was good for selective breeding, occasionally good for Conspire, and, you know, Hayliner. Hayliner is a very big deal, more so in base game, I think, than in Rise of Ix. It's great in Rise of Ix. You know, it can help you win a conflict and win the game. But in the base game, it's much harder to muster troops and combat strength. Like, you're not getting free troops from that shipping track all the time. So people are depleted a lot more often. It's hard to just get a lot of troops. You can go up here to rally troops, obviously, but that's, you know, not something that everybody has the time or Solari to do a lot. So being able to get just 5, boom, and throw them straight into the conflict usually is enough to win that conflict. All right, we get 1 spice here, so that's okay. I don't mind getting that spice because, like I said, I've got places to use the spice. a Cell Melange, Selected Breedings, and of course Hayliner. This, speaking of spice, there's still a huge stack sitting here on the Great Flat. Okay, this is an awkward hand. So well, you know what I can do? I can sell Melange, get Swordmaster and High Council both this round. That'll get some important stuff done. So it's really not that bad. Even though it doesn't look very good, it'll work out, I think. Signet Ring being the top of my deck. Probably not going to be drawing anything this round. All right, so sell Melange, and yeah, we're just going to sell 2. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's good enough. Helena's sitting on 4 water, but if she wants this spice, she's going to have to get it because Beast now has 2 water. Quite a prize. Fold space to fold space for Memnon. I mean, fold space is... it's a good card on its own. It kind of gets... in a way, the value of fold space gets overshadowed in Rise of Ix because primarily you're going to fold space just to get the influence to unlock interstellar shipping. But, you know, fold space is a great card to have in your deck. Go anywhere you want and draw a card. So as a way, it's also a good way to get influence points, right? You're getting it here at the same time it's going to help you get it somewhere else. Okay, so we're going to grab the Swordmaster. With our next action, we're going to get the High Council seat. And we'll have most of our homework kind of done. And then we'll be ready to try to make some more interesting things happen. I guess I didn't need to click there. I can see it's the Signet Ring. I love that Bene Gesserit sister card, man. Great flexibility in terms of where you can go, and drawing a card at the same time is just, it's really handy. Beast has yet to unlock his Signet Ring, right? Beast wants to try to get an alliance to get 2 troops out of the brutality effect on the Signet Ring. Pretty far away from that. Nobody really has a ton of faction access. I think the power play still hasn't been used. I might be wrong about that. Okay, unfortunately, Helena has disconnected here. So we're going to get a free Solari out of the reveal on the assassination mission, which is whatever. Maybe it turns into, you know, Solari at this point is basically Mentat and Rally troops. And, you know, potentially intrigue cards. Like, potentially there are intrigue cards where, you know, spend Solari to throw troops in or that kind of thing. So with 3 persuasion here, unless something changes, it's going to end up just being an Arrakis liaison. Would love to get the guild ambassador, but no persuasion. Not enough persuasion for that. The reason I would want it is to help me get guild influence, because my faction access is really not good. I just have the diplomacy and the Reverend Mother, and then you know, if I can combo the Missionara Protectiva, I can get faction influence that way. Obviously, the directorship was a huge help in getting us some, but we still have a lot of work to do. If we want to get this 2 points out of plans within plans, we need 2, 4, 5, 7 influence still. It's not an easy thing. So the liaison will come join us. Not going to pick up the Sardaukar infantry. There's some argument for skipping the liaison just to get the little faction access I have a little bit more often, increase the chances of comboing the Reverend Mother with the Missionara Protectiva. Maybe, honestly, maybe there's something to that. Oh, Memnon with 9. Okay, and goes for the power play instead of the Spice Must Flow. I'd love to get my hands on that. Or this. Ideally this. Because that can go to Freeman as well, which I need. But I think buying power play over Spice Must Flow is a totally legit move. This early in the game, I think that's probably what I would do. Because if you think about it, buying a Spice Must Flow is 1 victory point. And then you have this kind of card that's sort of stuck in your deck. Okay, hold on. Let me think about what I'm doing. Okay, this wouldn't be a bad time to trash this. Is that my priority? I think it's just a good time to do it, so I'll just do it. I knew I was going to draw the directorship, obviously, because it was on top of my deck. And it's not a great card for me anymore. That's fine. But I have the Solari now where I can start going to Mentat if I want. So I could trade this dagger for a reconnaissance, which, you know, isn't amazing. But it does kind of cycle me through my deck a little bit more. Alternatively, I could just rally some troops. We're getting closer to the big point conflicts. There's a lot of spice here, and I don't have access to it. Maybe I grab this 2 spice, honestly. Maybe I just grab this 2 spice and start getting myself closer to a position where I might be able to go to Hayliner. I mean, it's going to be a while. But if I pick up a couple of spice here, you know, maybe. I don't have a way of getting water, unfortunately. If I go Mentat, that gets me to 8. Yeah, there's no way for me to get to 9, unfortunately. Oh, no, there is. The Signet Ring draws me a card. I forgot about that. Huh. I don't know what the second card on top of my deck is. Well. Okay, let's start with this. We're going to draw that card. We'll see what's next. It's another dagger. Not ideal. Not ideal. I'm going to put in 1, see if I can steal, you know, second place maybe. Maybe I go ahead and get this dagger, just kind of get it out of the way. And that'll guarantee that I can combo the Reverend Mother and the Missionara Protectiva the following round. So I'm not going to be able to get to Spice Must Flow, but there is a Gurney Halleck, which is a good card. It doesn't combo with my other stuff, but it's just a very good card. Another fold space to fold space for Memnon. Interesting. Well, he's climbing up that track. Wait, what? Oh, was that a power play to fold space? Okay, power play to fold space. All right. So Memnon now with that guild alliance, and he's got plenty of cards to actually get to the Hayliner, but not the spice. So it's either Mentat or rally troops. I could kind of use that dagger for Mentat next round also, I guess. But I won't have the Solari. I kind of have to choose between these. If I Mentat, it means I reveal later. Maybe I lose the Gurney Halleck. I'm not sure if that's so great. Maybe just Carthag, get myself an intrigue card, see what's happening. I think I'll do that. Okay. That's kind of nice. I could just cash that in right now and trade it for a different intrigue card. I think I will. Just to see what it is. I'd rather know now. Okay, rapid mobilization. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to do that because Beast is depleted. Now he potentially has a Signet Ring. He does have an intrigue card, but I've got a chance at winning this. And maybe also people think I drew a combat intrigue and they don't go for it. But I would love to get this 3 spice and an intrigue card. Okay, Memnon now picking up a big load of spice. That's pretty dangerous. Memnon can get that last spice to get to 6 with his Signet Ring, or from here. So Memnon is in good shape for a Hayliner, potentially next round. Okay, well, we have to take the Gurney Halleck. As much as I want... As much as I want this Reverend Mother because it's influence that I really, really need, I don't think I can turn this down. Firm Grip would be helpful as well. $15 Solari on Helena. I'm not sure what that's all about. I mean, she doesn't have a Swordmaster yet. Or a High Council seat. So, I guess it's fair enough. It's a little late, but I guess it's all right. Oh ho. Oh ho ho ho. Memnon, I think, is going to take that Firm Grip. You can see the influence situation is quite different, right? If you're used to watching Rise of Ix, where people are just getting influence everywhere because of the shipping track, it's not so easy here. Not so easy at all. Like, I might not be able to even get 1 point out of this. I've got one of the tracks satisfied, but I need 2 influence here, 2 influence here, and 2 influence here. So at minimum, I need 4 influence to get 1 point. Not going to be easy. Okay, so let's get the victory here. I have plenty of Solari because of that Chom directorship. Good, we get the victory. Got the spice. Okay, a bribery. That's going to be very helpful. That's really, really great. Let's give a cheer for the intrigue gods. Okay, so I can play both of these, and I think I have to do it in this order. Yeah, I've got to send this to the Emperor if I can. Then I've got to play this to get influence. I would love to make everybody discard 2 cards. But I think I have to play to my own points here. Convincing argument. The last card sitting on top of my deck right now. Ah, God damn it. Now if I want to do it, I have to go to Conspire. I really am not a huge fan of that. I mean, the troops in the intrigue card would be fine. But I don't need all that Solari, and I don't love the idea of just losing 4 spice right now. But I think ooh. So this is a difficult point in time because the game could end like in the next round or two, and even if I do this play, it's still going to be tough for me to pull off what I need to pull off here. But I think I just have to do it. There's also Mentat, but I think I have to... Maybe I can Mentat first. Let me just Mentat first. We'll get the convincing argument. Just get it out of the way. In retrospect, I kind of regret it. Okay, B's going Hayliner now. So Memnon probably going to do that next round. The reason I kind of regret it is for that plan to work, I need to have somewhere to send the Missionaria Protectiva. And there's only 2 places she can go because I don't have access to Siege Tabor and I don't have the water for research station. So it's a little bit sketchy. I have 9 here. Okay, well, the good news is actually that I do potentially have access to Siege Tabor. I'm going to just burn the Water Peddlers Union right now. I'm going to hide the bribery because I don't want people to know that I'll be able to go to Siege Tabor. I'd rather people think that I can't, just in case for some reason that they're factoring that into their plans. Having the 1 water, I feel like is less important in terms of what they know. Because all that means is that I would be able to go to Haga Basin, and Haga Basin has been taken, so that's off the table. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a great... I don't really have anything good to do with this Dune after. Maybe... Well, now that Arakeen is open, maybe I go there. Because I could use a better card to play next. I think that's the play. Even though, I mean, getting another water wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm going to do Arakeen first, because, yeah, another card could be much more beneficial for me here. Let's see what it is. It's a liaison. All right, we'll take that. So I could even theoretically play the liaison there. Do I deploy here? They already have a bunch of troops in. I think this is not a great time for me to deploy. I can early reveal for a Kwisatz. Probably that is the play. Just early reveal, take a Kwisatz Haderach. Hope that the game goes long enough for me to draw into it. Because what else am I doing? I'm the, you know, I can go to Iraq. I can go to Siege Tabor, which would get me the water to open up Research Station, which is certainly a good thing. It gets me another troop. It's kind of a gamble about, you know, is there going to be another round? Are there going to be like 2 more rounds, right? Because if the game ends next round, then I'll never draw the Kwisatz Haderach. But if it goes to a round after that, I still might not, right? Because everything's going to get reshuffled. I still might not get it. But if I do get it, it could really help with this plans within plans. So it's an interesting decision. Otherwise, if I don't get the Kwisatz Haderach, I mean, the other memory is also good. It helps me pick up the Reverend Mother Mahayim from the discard pile if necessary. I'm gonna look. I'm Paul Atreides, okay? I am destined to become the Kwisatz Haderach, so we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it, and you know, hopefully we get that sweet moment where it comes in clutch, okay? And we end up being happy that we did it. It might not happen. It might not happen, but it's fate. You're the Kwisatz Haderach, whether it helps you or not. Okay, there's Gurney Halleck. Nobody has the spice for Hayliner yet, but that could quite easily change. I could just garrison a whole bunch of troops and then throw them in at the end. It's dagger and diplomacy on top of the deck. If I go to Mentat, that'll draw me 2 cards. So I'll draw both of those things, and the diplomacy, yeah, I want that. So I think that's going to be the play. It's a little sad that, like, I mean, selective breeding just got taken, but I was just thinking about how, you know, selective breeding is a great spot for me. Get cards out of my deck, draw cards, get me closer to those good cards I have in there. But the Bene Gesserit influence is not what I need. Ah, Mentat gets taken. Okay, that hurts. Well, Arakeen is another option. So I think that's what I'll do. But if I'm doing that, I could just send Gurney there. So I'm more flexible with the Signet Ring. And that also draws me 2 cards. On the other hand, Gurney, the surprise factor with Gurney is pretty good, as well as persuasion. Okay, so I can put in all of that. Or I can just wait. Whatever, we're just gonna throw it all in. It would be sort of weird if I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I can still potentially use this. Like if I go to rally troops, I could still dump them in with the rapid mobilization that way. So that's a reasonable plan for me. Looks like Spice Must Flow is unfortunately kind of out of the question. All right, now I can get one of these points done now. If I were to go to, let's say, Still Suits, or even Hardy Warriors. 6 troops left in supply. Hardy Warriors plus rally troops would be everything. I have to go for this combat victory at this point. So I think I do rally troops first. Make sure I get that. Although I'm not sure anyone else is going to really go for it. Memnon could with his final agent. It's not that great for him, I don't think. And he only has 3 in supply, so I don't think he's going to do it. So maybe I prioritize the Still Suits or even the Hardy Warriors just to really make sure here. I think the Still Suits should be good enough, and I'd rather have that water for later. All right, so if I use the bribery, that can get me the point with the Emperor. That'll unlock at least one of the points of plans within plans. So if it feels like, you know, Memnon might win this conflict and get to 10 points, then I'll do it. If there's like any chance at all. Although at that point, it doesn't really matter. I'll still lose, and you know, it'll just be fighting for second place, which doesn't mean anything if you're not playing ranked. Yikes. And Beast does still have another agent. He could end up going to Hayliner after all this. Oh boy. This is getting a little frightening. Maybe I wish I had saved all these troops up. Like, there's no reason for them to be in there. You know, given that I have this rapid mobilization. I could have just kept them all here and just kind of waited to see what was going to happen. Because Beast winning this is like kind of okay for me. I don't mind that. I really just don't want Memnon to win. But now that I've invested so much, I kind of have to go all the way, which... I mean, I don't have to, but I feel like I have to. I could research station and maybe get a Kwisatz Haderach. Maybe get a Spice Must Flow. Maybe that's better than the rally troops now. Because look, if I get 4 troops and I throw them all in, that's +8. That gets me to 20. B still has an agent. If he does have Hayliner, then he blows me out. Although, he has 4 troops left in garrison. Yeah, that would do it. Any intrigue cards? Drawing a card here is actually really good because it reshuffles this deck, making me more likely to get Kwisatz Haderach next round before all this stuff gets shuffled into it as well. Okay, Reverend Mother for Spice, fine. Okay, now Beast might not throw in more troops here because, you know, it doesn't seem like he needs to. Okay, so maybe this is going to work after all. The card draw is really what sealed the deal there for me. Right? Making sure to get these cards shuffled in. I mean, there's good cards. Like, I'm not getting the Gurney in there. I'm not getting the Reverend Mother in there. But at least the Kwisatz Haderach is going to happen. And comboed with the Missionara Protectiva also could be good enough to get me that second point. Although I guess I don't need that really because I do have this bribery. Okay. So I'm going to get 2 Spice, 3 Solari on reveal. Okay, so we got to do that at this point. Again, still no real point in using the bribery. So we'll just hang on to it still. And it doesn't really matter. I'll take the other memory because that is a good card to combo with the Kwisatz Haderach, but that's all we're going to take. You know, very unlikely to get to the point where that card even gets drawn, but if it does get to that point, I'll have good targets for it. So makes sense to add it to the deck. Okay, so this will bring me 2 points. That'll bring me to 7. I've got 8 with that. 9 with the plans within plans. If I can get the other... I still need 2 points, right? To actually trigger the second point of the plans within plans. I need another one with the Emperor. And I'm going to need another one with the Guild. So maybe the Kwisatz Haderach Missionara Protectiva thing ends up happening. Beast with a lot of spice. I don't know what his deck situation is here, but... Okay, this is not great. I definitely want a Mentat if I can. It's only a Dune the Desert planet. But... I want to start with that so that I have an agent that I can, you know, cheat with the Kwisatz Haderach. Because you can play the Kwisatz Haderach first, but then you're not... It's just like a regular card that way. You need to have an agent already on the board if you want to get like the free action out of it. So we've got to start with this. Liaison on top. So the next play I think is Fold Space. I mean, unless I pick up, if nobody goes to, like, maybe Beast can't get to Hayliner, it's possible. Diplomacy's in his discard pile. I don't know what else he has to take him there. So if I can pick up Spice with the Dune here, then I could go to Hayliner with the Kwisatz Haderach, which would be pretty good. I'd love to send this Missionaria Protectiva to Research Station as well. Beast has 2 water. You know, we'll see if he ends up doing that. He might. 2 cards left in his deck. We'll see if he wants them. Nobody challenging me for this Bene Gesserit alliance, which is great. Okay, Memnon. That's 10 points. So this is going to be the final round. I think I have to try for this Hayliner move. Yeah, I'll get the water back from it. So if somehow Research Station remains open, I'll still be able to go there. This is obviously a huge telegraph. But, I mean, either Beast has it or he doesn't. If he has it, then I think I lose the game. I mean, even if he does Hayliner, I can still Hayliner, but he's going to be stronger. Does he have it? Well, we don't know. He's getting a victory point for some spice, but he still has enough for the Hayliner. Oh, yikes. Just an early reveal? What? What did he just reveal? There were things he could do there. What? He could play the Liaison. He could play the Gene Manipulation. Could have gone to Arakeen, could have gone to Research Station. I don't understand that move, I gotta say. Well, this is, I mean, really great for me. Okay, so now I definitely hit up Hayliner. It might not be enough to beat Memnon still. It's only 5 troops. Memnon can throw in 3, so it might not be good enough, actually. But, ooh, it might not be good enough. I still think I have to do this. We'll send this Mentat one back. I don't think anybody else is going to want to go there. Everything goes in. Still, I'm not going to use that just yet. But using this will unlock 1 point from the plans within plans. Using the Missionara Protectiva will get the other one. So I guess I'm guaranteed to be able to. Either it's Research Station or it's Arakeen. Because Helena's out of agents. Beast did that very strange early reveal. Memnon early revealed. For 4. I guess nowhere really to send that. Might as well take the swords. Double cross. Okay, well, this is looking pretty good for me to win this right now. It's looking pretty good. And I might even be able to get a Spice Must Flow. Helena reveals for 8. Okay, actually, what am I saying? This does not look good. I need to draw like a Gurney Halleck to make this work. Okay, let's see what we get. It's an interesting decision, actually, because look. No, I can still go to Arakeen if I need to. Everybody else is revealed. So we're doing this. Let's see what we get. Diplomacy, reconnaissance, Reverend Mother. Okay. Well, all of those are good. All those are fine. Let's take that. So the diplomacy could go to Hardy Warriors for some extra strength. Or I go here, and that kind of works also. This is slightly better. Okay. We now use the bribery. Well, I guess we end turn and then we're going to reveal. Use the bribery. Take the Emperor point. That gets our plans within plans done. Reveal by a Spice Must Flow. Oh, yes. And things are looking pretty good. I think we're going to end on 13 points because we're going to get... Ooh, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What does Helena have? Okay, this does not look as promising as I once thought. Does she have another one? Beast doesn't. Memnon doesn't. Does Helena have another one? Is she slow rolling me here? Is the AI slow rolling? No. Okay, great. So we get 11 plus 2, 13. Should be good enough. Corner the market for Beast. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Excellent work, Paul Atreides. Okay, forgive that somewhat distorted sound there. I think it was good enough. Ooh, yes. Classic Dune Imperium. What an incredible game. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Good game. You know, a lot of things happened all at the end there, right? Things just kind of clicked into place, getting those key influence points just in time between the Kwisatz Haderach, the Missionara Protectiva, the bribery. as well as winning those two 2-point conflicts in a row. So 4 points there. I mean, we got, most of our points in the last couple of rounds there. So that felt great. I hope you enjoyed this trip back to Classic Dune Imperium. We're going to keep coming back to it. Let me know if you enjoyed this. And yeah, who knows? It might be one of these, not even necessarily once a week, but certainly it's going to be in the regular schedule. We're not going to leave this behind. And, we've had a lot of fun with Rise of Ix, and we're going to continue to do that. But I love OG Dune. So I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. And if you want to support the channel, you can click the join button here on YouTube, or you can sub on Twitch. So thank you for watching. Make sure to tune in Sundays, 9 a.m. Eastern time for live Dune Imperium. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.